Speedy action to merge the Post Bank and the African Bank to form a state bank, and action against the exploitation of township economies by foreigners are just some of the resolutions the ANC Youth League reaffirmed last week at its NGC. The Young Lions are now calling for President Cyril Ramaphosa to boot out DA ministers from the Government of National Unity who refuse to implement policies that they say will benefit South Africans, particularly the youth.
The NGC, through the adoption of the report of the President, have agreed that we must call upon the removal of all DA ministers who are refusing to implement resolutions and instructions of the President. Now, we're saying the President must urgently, because the ANC Youth League has diagnosed the DA as them being in government with us, but acting like an opposition. Now, they are not taking collective responsibilities and instructions of the President. Now, we're saying that the President must urgently act on them and remove them and bring in partners who are prepared to implement the program with us.
Weighing in on the Madlanga Commission, Malatji says if any ANC members found to be guilty by the Commission, then they must be shown the door.
On the Madlanga Commission, look, we're not going to associate ourselves with criminals. If you are in the Madlanga Commission and there's proof that you have done criminal activities, you are not our comrade. You don't deserve to have membership of the ANC. Now, anyone else those who are accused must go and prove that they are not guilty. If they are found guilty, they must immediately vacate the African National Congress. We are clear also on our step-aside policy of the ANC.
As the party has its eyes set on next year's elections, the Youth League says it will be at the forefront of the election campaign and will take full accountability should the party further decline at the polls.
We can't afford anyone to be the ones that destroys the ANC. It's the only thing that we have. Now, if you want to attack the ANC, you must first come through the Youth League. Now, even the elections have resolved that we're taking them over. We are not giving them to anybody. There is no one who's going to run elections in this country. It's going to be run by the Women's League and the Youth League. All those who are running, they'll run. I don't know where they'll be running, because we'll be running the elections ourselves. We're not giving that responsibility to anybody. We want, if the ANC loses elections, we must take responsibility for it ourselves. We don't want to be blaming anybody. That's why we've made upon ourselves as the Youth League that the election campaign of the ANC, ourselves and the Women's League, we must take them over and run it. Anybody else, I don't know what they'll be doing.
Malatji added that the League is also in talks with the SACP and its youth wing, the Young Communist League, to try and dissuade them from going it alone at next year's polls. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.